choge go tiria ekyoge kende.
Yeah. Talk about the way you manage your classes, because you have 950 students. That is a big number. Yes. You have more than 350 Form ones. Yeah. Now, talk about how do you make sure that the way you're teaching, you're able to teach very well, at the same time also make sure that the weak students, and also students with the different needs. There are those who read very fast, there are those who understand quickly, there are those who have challenges here and there. How do you make sure, because for you to have a mean of 9.5, because I'm seeing you had only 3 people with a C+, so which means there is a way you make sure that we are working on the same wavelength. What have you been doing?
First of all, I want to say that in terms of management, I run a very devolved system of management. Mm-hmm. I have teachers who work under me. Mm-hmm. Number one, I have the deputy principal, mm-hmm. who has his full powers and authorities. Mm-hmm. I have heads of departments. Mm-hmm. I have heads of subjects. Mm-hmm. All of them, each one of them has a role to play. Mm-hmm. They only answer to me. Mm-hmm. But each one of them plays his role. Mm-hmm. And one thing I've discovered in management, when you give somebody responsibility, mm-hmm. and you devolve it fully, mm-hmm. with supervision, of course, mm-hmm. everybody tends to excel. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell you, my teachers work, mm-hmm. the heads of departments work, mm-hmm. the heads of subjects work, mm-hmm. and they have been able to do a fantastic job. Mm-hmm. In terms of students' discipline and classes, we also have form coordinators. Like now, Form 1, we are now going to the 6th stream. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that, it has got class teachers, and then they have a form coordinator. Mm-hmm. That form coordinator is able to ensure that teaching is effectively done. Mm-hmm. And he answers directly, the form coordinator answers directly to there's a person in the school we call Director of Studies. Mm-hmm. They are in some schools, it's called Dean of Studies. Mm-hmm. Now, this is the man who coordinates all academic affairs. Mm-hmm. And I only supervise, but this man does his job very well. Mm-hmm. If the syllabus is not completed in good time, mm-hmm. he's able to call the attention of the HOD. Mm-hmm. The HOD will call this to the attention of the subject head, mm-hmm. and they are able to call it to the attention of subject teacher. Mm-hmm. 2, we have a very efficient parents association. Mm-hmm. Like today, if you saw, we were electing parents for Form 1s. Yes. Those parents are very important. Mm-hmm. They are able to get some feedback that we are not able to get even as a school. Mm. You know, as a principal, I would be seated in this office. Mm. A teacher did not attend a class, and students might never bring it to my attention. Mm. But you know, they are able to talk to their parents, and then they're telling such and such a teacher is not doing fine in class. Now that parents association rep is able to call me, or is able to come to school and is able to bring this to my attention. So there's a lot of cooperation between us and parents. These parents have also been put in WhatsApp groups, where they are able to raise issues. And I mean, each and every of these WhatsApp groups, I'm able to read their comments, and from those comments, I'm able to diagnose whatever problem is in school. Because I want to assure you that, like what they say in football, that spectators are the best players. I want to assure you that parents know the problems of this school more than I do. Parents, they can know something in school here, which I might not know as a principal. And you know, by parents knowing it, they are able to bring it to my attention, because they share one-on-one with their children.
All right.
Yeah.
I want us also to understand, because when students are passing, when you are looking at this mean going up, ascending 3.2, 3.3, 4.6, 4.6, 4.6, 8.2, 9.5. When you look at this, definitely we look at infrastructure. What do you have? For you, do you have enough classes? Do you have enough labs? Do you have what somebody needs just to make sure that students are passing? Can you talk about the infrastructure? How is it?
I want to thank God that for the time that I've been here, God has helped me, and through the cooperation of the Board of Management and stakeholders, I'm able to do an infrastructural overhaul for this school. Yes. It might not be to the level that some people would expect such a school to be, but I want to tell you the growth has been tremendous. Even if you walked around, we have adequate classes. What we might not have adequate, but classes, we have adequate classes. What we might not have adequate is the teachers. The teaching staff is still a challenge, and we are going to move to the Teacher Service Commission to help us get more because of the ballooning enrollment.
Okay.
But classes, we have enough.
Okay.
Now, apart from classes, we were also blessed. You know, the CBC was supposed to come to secondary school, to the senior school at some point. But now it was retained in primary school. Now, but before that one, the government was able to put for us some two extra classes. So they have become handy. We have adequate classes. As far as the enrollment is concerned now, we have adequate classes. The only thing that we are having a problem with is the boarding section.
Okay.
We don't have adequate dormitories, but classes, we have adequate classes. And they are well furnished.
Okay.
Well furnished.
Well, some people when they hear that a school at 9.5, they think it's in a town setting, it's in a place that people can be able to reach. Maybe probably talk about how does the distance from you, from Kisii town to where you are, how has the distance helped you just to become good performance?
I just want to say the distance has been a challenge. It is not easy. Our school is located roughly 45 kilometers from Kisii town. Because it is just 10 kilometers away from Kilgoris. So we are almost more in Narok. Like I can assure you, I do my banking in Narok County. That is Kilgoris, Transmara. I do all my banking in, I find it more convenient to drive to Kilgoris rather than drive to Kisii town, our headquarters. So we are very far from the headquarters. So it has been a challenge for some times. Two, the road network has been poor up to very late. Like you saw the tarmac road that passes just outside the school. You know, right now you would have run away because of the poor road, because you are worried, what if it rains? There are times if it rained, we were not able to reach here. But I want to thank God, in the last 2 years, we have had a superb road just passing outside the school. And we thank God for that.
Great. I want also to understand the role of the church in school's performance. Do you think the role of the sponsor church has contributed to the good performance of the students?
Very much, extremely important. The sponsor. Rigena is sponsored by the Pentecostal Assemblies of God. Our president is Reverend Dr. Lihanda, and the Secretary General is Reverend Richard Obuogi. Now, they have been very important. Like currently, we have computers in school that were donated by the church. That enabled us to start the computer classes.
Oh, the church donated?
The church donated,
Oh.
yeah. The church, through the chapel services, we have a pastor, a resident pastor, who operates like the chaplain of the school. And that again helps to enhance discipline and morals in the school. Now, the church is also able to, the church comes in handy all the times. Like I remember last year, Daktari, that is our president of the church, came here and prayed here. And we don't take those prayers for granted. He prayed over us, he prayed over this school, and I want to assure you that those prayers have done something. And we really want to appreciate him.
Great. Who is that who came and prayed with you?
Reverend Dr. Patrick Lihanda, the head of the PAG Church.
Okay.
Yes.
He came and prayed with
He
you.
came and prayed with us. He came here, he prayed with the teachers, he prayed with the students, and he dedicated the students before the Lord.
Maybe probably before we finish, when you see a school having that mean that is going up from 2017, going up, sometimes you're adding 1.2, all that, there might be some strategies beyond what we normally see in school class setup, that you go to class, it's time for games, and then you are done, you go, you sleep, and then you come back. Can you tell me some of the unique things that you do, probably other schools are not doing, which has really made you mean to keep on going up until you're the best in Migori, Nyamira, and the Kisii County?
One of the strategies I employed, sometimes when you work so hard, you are not able to get results. It's good that you reevaluate yourself, you reevaluate the systems. So, not that we have not worked hard over the years, even when we are not getting good results. We were working hard. But a time came that we sat down and said, what is it that we are not doing right? Then I discovered that our teachers were inexperienced. So I've gone out of my way to make these teachers experienced teachers. However young they are very experienced teachers. What do I mean by being experienced teachers? I have personally sponsored 3/4 of my teachers
3/4
to be examiners, NEC examiners. I have sponsored them. We pay I was mandated by the board. I requested the board, and the board said, we are going to train our teachers. So out of the 27 teachers you see, 20 of them are NEC examiners.
Wow.
They are either examiners in maths, they are examiners in biology. I'm an examiner in biology paper 3. My deputy is an examiner in CRE paper 1. So we are able to, to teach with knowledge. We are able to teach knowing areas to be tested and how the responses of the students should be. So it's just not a matter of waiting somewhere and then teaching and then coming to invite examiners one day. The examiners you invite for one day might not help the students a lot. So every day our teachers teach. We have encouraged them to teach the examination way. So in other words, you said that, are we drilling our students? Yes, drilling is part of teaching. We want results. Drilling is part of teaching.
So you have ensured that your teachers are trained and they know how to mark exams. What else are you doing?
Another thing that we do is that we highly motivate our teachers to sustain that. Like for instance, in April, they are going to Mombasa.
Oh.
We are taking them to Mombasa. The parents decided we are taking them to Mombasa. The board decided we are taking them to Mombasa. It's a highly motivated group of teachers.
Yes.
In 2017,
yes,
we were able to take these teachers to Mwanza. Mwanza. Yes, Mwanza, Tanzania.
Wow.
We are able
so
to
how do you get the money to take them? Where do you get the money? Where is the budget for that?
We have to sit down with the board.
Yes.
And we have to contact the stakeholders.
Yes.
For instance, you were here today.
Yes.
You saw the first lady of this county.
Yes.
That's a friend of this school. You know, you have to have friends in high places. The first lady of this school today gave us 200,000. I hope you saw. In appreciation. Yes. You know, once you start getting results, you are able to get good friends who mean a lot to the school.
Probably even as we look forward to finish, thank you so much for your time, Principal. If you are watching us, we are talking with the Principal of Rigena Secondary School, that is Mr. Bernard Ochieng. Where do we see this school in the year 2024? Because 2023 we are done with an mean of 9.5. What do we have for 2024 and what are you doing?
2024, the school has a mean target of 9.6. Last year we had a target of 8.2. But again, I want to say, by the grace of God, we were able to surpass the target. This year, we have set a target of 9.6. You know, as you go higher, it becomes very challenging to hit those targets. You know, it's very easy to move from a mean of 4 to a mean of 6. But you know, it's not very easy to move from a mean of 9 to a mean of 10. You know, the top becomes more and more slippery. But I want to say that we are equal to the task.
There is this argument that the schools are stealing exams. Some they're working with the teachers, they're working with the students, with parents. So that is why we're having good performance. What do you think about
that? I can't dispute that. Neither can I support that. But I want to say this is a school with very high integrity, with high morals. We don't get involved in that. But I can't dispute it because during the rounds of Kenya National Examination Council, I saw some schools who were caught cheating. So it's a theory I wouldn't want to dispute. But I want to say you can work smart. Okay. I want to say you can work hard and smart and achieve the desired results. And I want to say once you don't have limits, you can perform.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining in and watching this program, Education Watch. I was talking to the Principal of Rigena Secondary School, Mr. Bernard Ochieng. The school that performed very well in Nyamira and Kisii County and Migori with the mean of 9.5. They have given us the way of doing things and even what they're looking forward to do. We really appreciate for your time. Thank you so much for watching. Kindly make sure that you like, make sure that you comment, make sure that you share. Until next time, my name is Sorobi Matuli Rastas.
Ekyoge go tiria ekyoge kende.